Good morning, everybody. It's Wonderful Wednesday, and today we are here on Zoom online, and we're here with Coach Michael, who is subbing for Coach Carl. So we're really grateful to Coach Mike. He's going to be here to lead us on our journey to energize our bodies and prepare our minds to face the challenges from the comforts of our home, from our work, or the great outdoors, wherever we may be. Today, we will have fun practicing mindfulness and movement for a better body-mind connection. And this program is brought to you by Yonkers Public Library, NORC, City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, and WJCS. Now we have two special people here today, Barbara and Alexis, and they're going to introduce themselves and say a few words before we formally start.
Hi, I'm Barbara Simone. I'm the RN with the program of the NORC. If you need any help with any medical issues, please contact us. And I'm going to let you have Alexis Smith speak up now.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Alexis Smith. I'm the case manager for the Yonkers NORC program. We're here to address any needs that you may have or that may come up. And I also just wanted to thank Michael for subbing for Coach Carl. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
What is NORC?
It's Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community.
Yes, that's a new acronym. We're so lucky that we got a grant for this side of town. Usually the other sides of town are more grant prone, but we got a grant to get a social worker, and we got a grant to get a nurse, and Sally Pinto, who is not here this week, but she's here in spirit. So the triad of these terrific three are serving our side of town and doing referrals, helping us with all our medical questions, needs, etc. And I do want to give a very special shout out to Mary. She's been magnificent. She is our co-host today, and she helps out with all the Zooming issues of admitting people, re-entering, etc. So Mary's always wonderful and willing to be a team player. So I do want to give her a shout out for that. So before we start, Sally always reminds me that we should always consult with our doctor if we are going to be doing any kind of strenuous activity. And if something doesn't feel right, just sit it out or make a modification. I'm sure Coach Mike can give us a couple of options if things get a little more progressive or challenging, right, Coach Mike?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. So if you could just introduce yourself and give us a little bit of your background, and then we can start working out.
Yeah, wonderful to be here with everybody. Beautiful Wednesday morning. I love starting my day with some mindfulness moving, mindfulness exercising, getting in touch with my body, seeing what feels good, seeing what feels a little wonky today. So that's a lot of what we'll be working through today, connecting that breath and those movements, connecting the mind and the body as we go through. I have done a number of wonderful things in my life. I was a high school teacher for 5 years. I worked in some youth outreach programs. I was a coach of rugby and football and some weightlifting. And in my teaching, I did also a lot of mindfulness practice as well. And that's part of where I know Coach Carl from is from my coaching rugby and working with young people in rugby. And always all throughout our experiences playing rugby together, we were doing a lot of mindfulness, a lot of breathing, a lot on healthy living, healthy eating, healthy moving. Coach Carl taught me a lot about all that good stuff, and I'm excited to share my own take with you on that today. Also, I was lucky enough for the past year, I actually lived in sort of an intentional religious community. So we were able to do meditating for about 4 hours a day, shared our meals together, shared our life and community. And one thing I was very appreciative for was they were very insistent on the connection between healthy living physically, good eating, good sleep, drinking water, exercising regularly, and also those deeper spiritual practices, mindfulness, meditation, purposeful breathing exercises. So I'll be sharing some of that with you today. Similar to Coach Carl, I talked with him to see what sort of stuff he worked you through. We'll start off seated in our chair. Then we'll work up to some standing movements as well. And we'll be basing a lot of this on what is the Tabata method. I don't know if Coach Carl referred to it as that, but basically 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. After we do our stretches, that'll be the main format for sort of how we move through this. So don't worry too much about counting reps or anything like that. Try to give me 40 seconds of good, honest work, and then I'll give you that good 20 seconds of rest as well. But of course, if anything is not striking you well, something feels a little wonky, something doesn't feel quite right, feel free to modify it. Feel free to take a pause, return to some basic stretching movements. Getting to know your body, what your body needs, what your body likes, what your body needs, especially in the morning. I think it takes us a little longer to get up in the morning, maybe than we hope sometimes, and to really feel woke up. So give yourself that gentleness today, and then we'll be feeling great by the end of this workout. I do have, as was mentioned, just in case people were into this, I do have some basic hand weights that I'll show you some movements with throughout. Definitely don't need those. If you just want to use your hands, that's fine as well. I've also seen plenty of people using, I got these little mini water bottles. Those are great just to give you something to have in your hand as we're moving through here. Also, another thing I just learned this morning, bags of rice, bags of peas, anything like that. Good for something just to squeeze onto as you're working out. If that feels good to you, feel free to work it in. If not, no pressure. We're just trying to get moving. We're trying to smile, laugh, keep breathing to ourselves, keep good breaths, and of course, stay hydrated. This is my water bottle. I drink who knows how many of these a day. And we definitely want to stay hydrated so we're feeling great by the end of this workout. So with that, we'll get in. We'll start off with some stretching. Then we'll do that timed 40-20 workout with the Tabata method, sitting and then standing. We'll finish with some stretching, and then we'll do some mindfulness breathing meditation. Just a really basic body check, body scan, body relaxation. So any questions, shout them out. Happy to answer and happy to talk with anybody after who has any questions. So to get warmed up, just to do some basic stretches and getting our body moving, we're going to start at the top of our body and basically just work our way down through our legs with some basic stretches. So not doing the 40-20 work set right now, just easing into some stretching movements to get loose, and then we'll work a little bit harder in a few moments. So let's start with our neck. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our right ear down to our right shoulder. We want to be sitting upright and alert, preferably on the front of the chair. We want to be engaging our stomach muscles, our lower back muscles. And as we're comfortable, we're reaching further down to our right shoulder, trying to time up our movements with our breathing. And then you could return to center, and then we'll bring our left ear down to our left shoulder. As we breathe out, that's when we want to ease a little bit more deeply into the stretch. That's what I mean by timing up that breathing with that movement. Okay, and we can return to center, and now we'll look down. Again, trying to stay upright, alert, good posture, shoulders back, just moving from our neck, just getting that neck warmed up right now. And then we'll return back to center, and now we'll look up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then we'll move into some gentle neck circles. Whatever your range of motion allows, whatever feels good and comfortable, start doing a couple neck circles, just getting everything loose and warmed up. Breathing steadily as we go through. Nice, comfortable breathing. And then we'll go the opposite way. Always being gentle with ourselves, especially at the start. We're just getting things to where they feel comfortable and where they like to be moving. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of sort of rep work. So we're just going to look back and forth to our left and to our right, about 5 times each side. No reason to count reps. Just a nice, slow, steady movement, looking over our right shoulder, and then coming across, looking over our left shoulder. Looking over our right shoulder, and then looking over our left shoulder. Again, trying to remind ourselves to sit upright, feet flat on the floor, engaging that core, engaging that lower back, looking over right, looking over left. And we'll return back to center. And we'll do the same thing, this time looking up and down. So nice gentle movement, looking down, looking up towards the ceiling. Looking down, looking up towards the ceiling. I like to start my warm-ups always with a little neck and shoulder work. That's where I carry a lot of my tension and my stress, so I do some extra work and focus on this to get it moving. And then we'll return to center. Great, our necks are feeling a little bit warmer. We're gonna move down to our shoulders. We're just gonna start off with some big shoulder circles. So let's move our shoulders back. As we go back, we do a little bit of a squeeze on the back and then rotate the arms, the shoulders forward. Nice forward moving shoulder circles. Just moving gently, getting our body warmed up. Whatever part of the range of motion feels good for you. Okay, now we'll go the opposite way. So now going back. Okay, always remind ourselves that good upright posture. Now we're going to stick our hands right out to the side. We're going to do some tight, gentle arm circles. No need to go big here. We want to engage our upper back muscles. We want to be sitting upright and alert. As always, good posture. And then we're moving our shoulders through that nice, simple range of motion, just getting the blood moving. You might even feel a little bit of a sweat starting already. I know I do. And that's going to get everything nice and warmed up. Now we're going to have our arms out to the side still. And if you need to, take a pause. Anytime, take a pause. Arms out to the side. We're going to face our palms up. So now my palms are facing up towards the sky. And now we're going to do gentle little circles back. If you can't get your palms all the way up, that's fine. Put them out to the side and then go back. They need to stay down like this. If that's the only place you could get to, that's fine as well. But if you can get to the palms facing up, that'd be great. Okay, and let's put those arms down to the side. Take a rest. We could just do some wiggling here, just getting things moving, getting things loosened up. Steady breathing, focusing on good, deep breathing. And now we want to start doing some overhead presses. So even if you do have some weights, we'll leave those alone for now, just as we're getting warmed up. We'll add in a little bit of weight later if we need it. But basically, we're going to start with our hands right in front of us, and we're just going to reach up to the sky. I know you can't read it, so I'll even move down here or see it. So I'll move down here, reaching up to the sky, alternating one at a time, staying in that chair. Just nice, purposeful reach up to that top shelf. Imagine we need a can of groceries, whatever it might be. Reaching up, keeping that good posture. Keeping that good posture. You're still in your seat. I just moved down here so you can see nothing special going on with my arms up top. Just getting things warmed up. Keep moving on that. Always taking a break, of course, if you need it. Couple more reps there. Okay, good. Take a pause. Grab a little sip of water if you need it. Lots of good water drinking. Now we're going to do some side bends. So we were just reaching up in the air. Now we're going to reach both of our arms up at the same time. I'll move down again to the floor just so you can see. Reach both of our arms up at the same time. We could touch our hands together like that up top, or you could have them face forward. Again, whatever's most comfortable. Trying to bring our arms together. And we're going to reach over. We're going to do a side bend. Wherever's comfortable. We want to keep that core tight. Try not to let our arms come forward too much. That's a temptation. We want to try to stay nice and upright, those arms back. Reaching over to wherever is most comfortable. And this is just a stretch we're holding. Here's where we could really start to focus on the breathing a little bit more. As you take a deep breath in. As you exhale, that's when you get a little deeper in the stretch. As you exhale, you ease into that stretch a little bit more, but never pushing to where we're uncomfortable. We can return back to center now. Okay, let those arms down to the side. Feeling nice and good, staying loose, nice and wiggly. We're going to reach up to the top again. Again, hands could be in that sort of prayer pose. We could be facing out, whatever's most comfortable. And we're going to reach over now to your left side. Again, we want to be keeping those arms back. Easy to fall forward on this. We want to be keeping those shoulder blades back. That's that good posture. That's where we fall into so easily, all of us. We're sitting at computers. We're hunched over cell phone screens. Easy to sort of feel collapsed over. Our movements are trying to counteract those tendencies. We're feeling a good stretch in our side. Also keeping those back muscles, upper back muscles nice and tight. Again, as you breathe out, that's when you can do a little bit more of the stretch. And then return to center. Great stretch movements, guys. Moving down, we're going to work on sort of the lower back core area. We're going to start off, we're going to pull our arms in and activate, engage the back of our shoulders. So like we're pulling someone in almost for a good hug or something like that. We want to be pulling our body in, and then we're going to turn to the side. We don't want to be turning with our legs down here, so I can do that. We want to be keeping our legs nice and centered, and we want to be just turning from our core. Whatever that means for you. If that means just to here, that's all you could get, that's fine. If you could get out here, even better. But keeping that back engaged, sort of wringing our body out like a towel almost here, gently, of course. Same thing as on the last movement. When you exhale, that's a good time to ease more deeply into the stretch. Then return back to center. Rest those arms, rest between reps if you need to. Always establishing that good posture, reminding ourselves of that good posture. So getting back in, shoulders back, good squeeze going, and now face to the right. Same thing, sort of bringing that body out like a towel. The upper body's moving across, and we're opening up that shoulder area, that back area, that core area, that stomach. And as we exhale, that's when we like to ease into the stretch a little more. It's a good time to ease into the stretch. Okay, back to center. And now we're going to start to loosen up our legs a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is kick one leg out. If one leg proves to be a little bit difficult for you right here, two is fine as well. Feel out what's most comfortable. I'm going to start off with one leg. As you can see, my toe is pointing up, and we're just going to do a gentle lean over. We don't want to slump our back. We want our back to be straight. If I turn to the side here, back staying nice and straight, nice and good. And then I'm getting that nice stretch on that right foot that's up. So we're just going to lean into a good stretch. You should feel that in your hamstring, a little bit in your hip as well. Good posture, leaning over, warming up those legs now. Again, if two maybe feels a little bit easier, try two. One feels better, stick with one. Whatever's comfortable, we'll keep focusing on that right leg for right now. Same thing, exhale, good time to ease more into the stretch. So as you find your nice rhythmic breathing, ease into that stretch. And then return back to center. Good upright posture, sitting on the front of our chair. Reminding ourselves of good posture in between each and every rep. That's that good mindfulness body connection. We're going to reach out our left leg, toe pointing up to the sky. And we're going to do a nice gentle lean over and get that left leg warming up. Again, if you're working with two legs, that's fine with me. Whatever feels like it's getting your body to where you want it to feel good, comfortable, getting warm. Okay, and then return back to center. That's a good whole body workout. You could run through that yourself. Got some neck movement, just go through your body. Move up and down the body, do a good physical check in the morning. I like to start off my mornings these days with 10 minutes or so of stretching, just moving from the neck, shoulders, core, legs, hitting those main spots, good posture. It's a great way to start your day. And now we're ready to start a little bit more of the more intense part of our workout. Not too crazy, But now is when we will start doing that Tabata method. So we're going to do 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. I'll give you the time on those. Don't worry about counting reps. Don't worry about counting the time. Try to work for that 40 seconds, and then we'll get that 20 seconds of rest. But if you do need a break, if you need a modification, if something's not feeling right, drop the weights, add weights, comfortable, getting to know our body. Those are the key themes today. So in this first seated Tabata, we're going to do 5 exercises. We're going to do a Tabata March, so 40 seconds of marching, and I'll walk through these exercises, and I'm just going to give you a preview of them for now. We're going to do a seated row, so we're going to bend over. We're going to row back. Will you grab the weights on those in a moment? We're going to do single leg kick out, so we'll lean back slightly, and we'll lift one leg up, good squeeze, lift the other leg up, good squeeze. Again, we'll do these in a moment. We'll do seated jumping jacks, moving a little bit more vigorously by that point. And then we'll end with flutter kicks when we sit back and we do some nice flutter kicks. Okay, so those are the 5 exercises, 40 seconds work, 20 seconds of rest. We'll do 2 rounds through those 5. So our first exercise, Tabata March. So we're just doing nice upright marching, lifting our legs up nice and high, opposite hand, opposite leg, going to where we can, and we're going to start with our 40 seconds on the clock in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds of work here. Give me 40 seconds of good work, and I'll give you 20 seconds of good, solid rest. Whatever feels comfortable, wherever we could get our legs to, wherever we could get our arms to, keeping that good core engagement, tummy activated, lower back activated, upper back staying nice and alert. We got about 10 seconds more of work here. Give me a good solid 10 seconds of work. And now we got that 20 seconds of rest. Take a breather, grab a little water if you need it. We're also going to have some weights in our hand. If we have weights, bottle of water. If we don't, that's fine. But in about 10 seconds, we're going to do some rows. So we'll bend over, good posture, not slumping over at our back, but just a slight bend. And then we're going to row back with our arms. So we're going to pull back, and you could certainly grab weights on this. Good squeeze at the top, not moving through this too quickly. Good squeeze at the top. So we'll get 40 seconds on the clock, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. So we're reaching back. Good, solid row. If you can't bend over and you just want to work from here, that works as well. That's a good modification on this movement if you don't like that feeling of bending over so much. If you can, this is engaging our upper back just a little bit more, which is hopefully what we're looking for. If you like your hands parallel, that works. If you like them sort of at an angle, that works as well too. And we got about 5 more seconds of work here. Okay, and then you could take a pause there. If you do have those weights, you put those weights down. Of course, always holding on to weights throughout this workout also works. Next up, we're going to do single leg kicks. So we're going to lean back a little bit, still engaging that core. We could use our hands on the side of our chair to brace ourselves. And good kick with one leg, and then kick with the other. Squeeze at the top. We'll have 40 seconds on the clock in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No need to rush through these. Good squeeze. Get to where you can. If that's all your leg can get to, that's fine. We can get up there. That's great. Toes pointed up to the ceiling. If we could try to do that as well. But again, wherever you can get to is fine. Got about 10 more seconds of work here. Okay, and then break for 20 seconds of rest. Enjoy that rest. Deep breathing, breathing into our stomach, allowing our stomach to expand as we breathe in. Next up, we're going to have jumping jacks. So if you can move with a little bit of a bounce to it, that'd be great. If that's not feeling comfortable, just moving our arms up to the top. I'll even move down here again so you can see nothing special going on up top. Just getting our arms moving back, trying to keep those shoulder blades engaged, good solid core. So why don't you give me 40 seconds of work starting on that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. About 15 seconds of work left. Good posture, good breathing, remembering all those good cues you've been practicing so far. And we'll break now. 20 seconds of rest. Next up, we're going to have flutter kicks. So we're going to lean back again, and this time just a little bit more active. Lifting our legs both off the floor, that's going to engage the core and our tummy. And then we're going to do flutter kicks, okay? So just moving our legs opposite like this, trying to work for that 40 seconds. Holding onto the chair for support if we need it. And we can begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean back, good flutter kicks. Feeling the core engaged, lower back on our backside engaged. Good posture still, good breathing. Give me 10 more seconds of work. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful, guys. That's our first round of seated Tabata. We'll do one more of those, 5 exercises through. We'll give ourselves a little minute break now. Good time to take a drink of water, do some light gentle stretching, catch your breath. Whatever feeling you need, your feeling you need right now is what you could give yourself. Hope everyone is feeling good out there. I'm getting warmed up. I'm already sweating. It's a great start to my day. I'm grateful to be here with you all. I hope we could all share some gratitude for the day. Wherever we are, there's some gift in our life. And if we bring that to mind, big smile, big breath, we're going to leave this workout feeling excellent. So we're going to do one more round on that seated 5 exercise Tabata. Remember, marches, rows, single leg kicks, jumping jacks, and flutter kicks. 40 seconds work, 20 seconds of rest. I'll call out some of the cues, but do what's comfortable for you and work to the range of motion you can. Trying to push it a little bit more intensely now if we can, if we're feeling comfortable. Hopefully we're feeling warm. Now it's time to lean into those movements a little bit more if we're feeling comfortable. So in 5 seconds, we'll start with that nice Tabata March. 40 seconds of marching in front of our chair, core engaged. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg, opposite hand. Good core engagement, good breathing. Reaching up high, certainly if we can. We got about 10 more seconds of work here, followed by our little break period. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll break. Catching our breath for 20 seconds or so. Next up, we got seated rows. So if you want, you could grab those weights. Again, if just being upright works best, that's fine. We could lean over a little bit and get that row. That'd be great as well. So let's give it a start. 40 seconds work. Good squeeze and pause at the top. Controlled movement. We don't want to jerk any movements in weights. We don't want to move too violently, too quickly. Nice, steady, controlled movement, feeling what our body needs. Five more seconds of work. And we could pause there. Next up, we got single leg kicks, leaning back, bracing yourself on the back of the chair. Just one leg up and one leg up. Good squeeze in our quads, moving to where we can. 40 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1. Toes pointing up to the sky or engaged. Always bring our awareness back to our breath. Good deep breath in through the nose, allowing your stomach to expand, and then breathing out. Got about 10 more seconds of work here. Good squeeze in the quad at the top, if we could get that. And then pause for 20 seconds. And we're gonna do our jumping jacks next. If you got those weights in hand, this would be a good exercise to maybe push ourselves a little bit. This will be good work for those weights. So in about 10 seconds, we'll start doing those jumping jack type movement as we feel comfortable. So moving up to the sky, let's get started. Always that good core engagement, midsection, lower back, shoulders back, chest out. And we could pause in 3, 2, 1. Good work, everybody. We had 20 seconds of rest, and we got those flutter kicks. So a little bit deeper of a lean, more of a core exercise, I think, in a lot of ways. That will start in about 10 seconds. Good constant movement. Try to give me that 40 seconds of work if you can. If not, do what's most comfortable. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. This one gets me breathing heavy, I know that. So I'm trying to slow my breath down, stay relaxed, stay comfortable, stay tight through the core. We got about 10 seconds of work left. In 3, 2, 1. Excellent job, guys. That's our second round of seated Tabata. Take a minute, maybe 2 now. I know I'm breathing heavy. We're going to move to our standing. So grab a drink of water, do some gentle stretching, do some deep breathing, whatever helps you to feel comfortable right now. But give yourself a big smile. Great work so far. Smiling activates all sorts of good stuff going on inside of us, releases endorphins, all that sort of good stuff. So big smile, laugh, think of something you're grateful for. We'll take a short little break. Okay, and then we're going to go into a round of seated Tabata, and then we'll see how much time we have, and we'll either do one more of those or we'll get into some breathing meditation, depending on the timing. So now we're going to do a standing Tabata method. So we'll stand up, and I'm going to move back around here, and we adjust that camera slightly. Okay, so first exercise up. we're going to do some squats. So we could use that chair for balance on any of these movements. We'll get a nice deep squat. If a seated squat is better for you, that also works just fine. So you could sit down onto your chair. That gives you that actual support at the bottom there. Whatever feels most comfortable. If you feel like, hey, I don't even need the balance, then we can just get a good squat right on the side of the chair. Always having that chair for balance if we need it. So we'll do some squats. Then we'll do some jumping jacks with those arms again, like we did seated. Then we'll do some standing marches, similar movements to the seated one, just engaging the full body now. Then we'll do some overhead press again with weights in our hand this time. And then we'll work on our balance. So we're just going to stand on one leg for 20 seconds and then on the other. People aren't always working their balance. To practice our balance will be good all throughout our life. So we'll start, same thing, 40 seconds of work. First movement is our squats. You can do it on the chair. You can do it using the chair from the back. If you're feeling really strong today, you could go off to the side. So give me that 40 seconds of solid work. I'll give you 20 seconds of rest, whatever feels most comfortable. Good posture still, engaging our whole body. Good breathing, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Again, we got squats first. So we could be on the back of the chair here. 40 seconds, we're working. We could be on the front of the chair, if that feels more comfortable to you. Or we could be off to the side. Whatever we feel best right now doing, whatever gets us working this morning in a way that feels good for us. We got about 5 seconds of work left. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of rest, guys. Then we're going to do standing jumping jacks. So we'll just use our arms at first. But if you are feeling very mobile, and you could do a little extra movement with the legs, that'd be great as well. We could just move up and down. But if arms are feeling best, that's fine as well. We can work those weights in. If we'd like, bottle of water, bag of rice. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. This one makes my shoulders feel great. Warming everything up, getting the posture dialed in for the day, giving me some confidence as I go out into that world. I'm going to feel strong, feel comfortable, look comfortable. And we'll work for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great, we got 20 seconds of rest, followed by 40 seconds of nice marches. Stand to the side here so you can see me. Trying to get those legs up high. If high for me means right there, great. If high for me means right there, great. Arm side, shoulder side. We got another couple seconds of rest, and we'll start 40 seconds of marches in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Breathing deeply and steadily throughout. Mind-body connection we're emphasizing, and that breathing-body connection. Moving with our breath. And we'll work 3, 2, 1, and we'll pause for a 20-second rest. Grab a quick little drink here. Staying hydrated. And we got shoulder presses coming up again. So weight starting in front of us. I'm just reaching up to the sky. I'll get you a good angle here. Show you. Squatting down. We don't need to squat, but just so you can see my arms. Just nice and simple. Again, no weights, whatever's most comfortable. We'll start 40 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1. Nice upright posture. Every movement can really sort of be a full body movement. We should be squeezing our glutes right now. Our core should be tight. Everything working together so our body works as one. That's the hope here. We'll work for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take a break, 20 seconds, and then we're going to do one set, so 20 seconds on each leg of just balance. So if you could just lift your leg off the floor, if you need a little bit extra support over here, but mostly we want to get one leg off the floor for 20 seconds, and then the other leg off the floor. If we can even bring it up into a standing knee up pose, that's going to engage the core pretty nicely. That's sort of getting into yoga type movement. If that's comfortable for you, try it out. If it's just down here with a little extra support, that's fine as well. But we are trying to have just one foot on the floor. If we need extra balance, we can reach over to that chair as well. So we'll do 20 seconds on the left leg down on the floor. So left leg down on the floor, right leg up. I'm going to try for that knee up for 20 seconds. Again, if you want to be down here, that's fine as well. Balance is something we could train, and that's going to help us in all areas of our life. Walking around, moving through our house, whatever it is, good balance is going to be a great help for us. So we'll switch legs now. Bringing that left leg up in the air. Again, if we need a little support over here, that's great. If our leg's just off the floor slightly, you can see my foot down here, that's fine as well. But we'll try to hold that balance for another 10 seconds or so. 3, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. That's our first round of standing Tabata. And what we're going to do now, then we'll sit back down and we'll do a little stretching, and then we'll go into our closing breathing meditation. Time is flying by today. Certainly if another round of those standing exercises is something you feel like doing after, that'd be a great thing to do. But I know I'm sweating, I'm feeling warm. Now is a good time to get into our breathing. First, we'll just do a little cool down stretching. So I just want you to take your left arm, pull it gently across your body. Gently across your body. Just a nice gentle stretch and cool down before we get into some deeper breathing meditation. And the side, wiggle it out. And now we're going to take our right arm, go across our body. Let's do that same movement we did before where we pull our arms back. Good posture. We're going to look to one side. Our body's sort of working like we're wringing out a towel, right? So that upper body's going up, legs are staying, upper body's turning to the left, legs are staying planted. And return back to center. And we'll move around to the left, to the right rather, sorry. And again, as we exhale, good time to ease a little bit more deeply into the stretch. Okay, a little leg stretch. So like we were doing before, that hamstring stretch. Let me just adjust this camera slightly. Two legs out, one leg out, whichever's comfortable, but just getting a nice, gentle hamstring stretch. Toes pointed up, good posture leaning over, good stretch through our calves, through our legs, helping our body to cool down after those good exercises before. Great job, everybody. Great work. We had a little bit of a warm up at the start, a couple sets of good hard working exercise with that Tabata method, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And we did a little basic cool down stretching just to allow our body to ramp down. Before now, we're going to do some real mindfulness breathing meditation. So we'll start off just with some slow, purposeful breathing, and then I'll guide you through a little relaxation meditation to send you on your day. So we'll start off with some slow, purposeful breathing. I'll just give you a simple 6-second count in on the breath, breathing in through your nose, allowing your stomach to expand on the in-breath. One thing we want to try to work away from that's very common, if when you take a deep breath, if when you're feeling stressed, your shoulders go up in the air and this is how you breathe, and you see people breathe like this, that's not the best way of breathing for our body. What we want to try to activate more of is our diaphragm down here, breathing into our stomach, allowing our stomach to expand on the in-breath. So if you could try to pay attention to that, that'd be good. We'll do a 6-second breathe in through the nose, allowing our stomach to expand on the in-breath, and then a 4-second breathe out through the mouth. Okay, so let's do that all together. I like to have my hands on my stomach when I start my meditation, just to remind myself of that good breathing. So we'll breathe in through our nose. 4, 5, 6, hold, and breathe out of our mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Hold for a moment, and breathe out of your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Hold for a moment, and breathe out of your mouth. Okay, now I want you to find a good, comfortable posture. You want to be a little bit more back in your chair right now. If you got a good sturdy back, that'd be great. But we do want to be sitting upright and alert. And I'm going to walk you through a little guided relaxation meditation. So basically, I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness to different parts of your body, your feet, basically, your core, and then your fists, and I'm going to invite you to squeeze those. Just a little clench, does not need to be too vigorous. And then to let go of them with an out breath. And that's going to bring a lot of relaxation into our body. We're going to be trying to breathe steadily throughout, slowing down that breathing into our diaphragm, allowing our stomach to expand on the in-breath, and always big smiles on our face. That brings a lot of joy and good things to our body as well. So if you'd like to close your eyes for a guided meditation, good time to do that. If you feel more comfortable with your eyes open, I would invite you to look at just maybe a point on the floor, 3-4 feet ahead of you, avoiding distractions, not getting caught up in whatever might be in the room. So I'd like you to just begin by becoming aware of your breathing. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Allow your stomach to expand as you breathe in. Hold the breath for a moment, and then breathe out of your mouth slowly. Try to consciously slow your breathing down with each breath that you take. Breathing in peace, calm, and relaxation. Breathing out fear, worry, and anxiety. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I'd invite you now to become aware of your feet. Bring your attention and your awareness to your feet for a moment. The feet that do so much movement, carry so much of our burdens and our weight. Bring your awareness there. And with a deep breath in, I just want to invite you to clench your feet for a moment. Hold the tension and the breath at the same time. And with a calm, soothing out breath, release the tension in your feet. Your breathing is becoming slow and rhythmical, and your mind is clear and focused. We tell ourselves so often in our society to live in the moment. Nike tells us just do it. It's all about now, but I think it's so difficult to really do that, to live in that way. We're worried about things in the past, anxious about the future. Some good breathing meditation brings us back to this moment and teaches us to be present to this moment. And I invite you to bring your awareness to your stomach, to your gut, your core area, and taking a deep breath in through your nose. I want you to clench all those abdominal muscles. They're doing a lot of work throughout the day to keep us upright, alert, focused, engaged. Clench those core muscles for a second. Hold the tension and the breath in for a moment. And then when you're ready, calmly breathe out of your mouth and release that tension in your core. Breathing in through your nose, allowing your stomach to expand on the in-breath. Holding that breath for a moment. And calmly breathing out of your mouth. And I invite you to bring your awareness to your hands, the hands that do so much work throughout the day. It's how we engage with the world. It's where we carry a lot of our own tension. And if you're comfortable, as you're focusing on those hands, I'd ask you taking a deep breath in to clench your fists for a moment. Hold that tension and that breath in your fists. And when you're ready, calmly breathe out of your mouth and release the tension and the breath at the same time. Your body is feeling very relaxed now. Your mind is clear and focused. Continuing to breathe in deeply. Hold that breath for a moment. And calmly breathe out of your mouth. And now as you're in that space of comfort and rest, as we bring our time here today to a close in a few moments, one way I like to end meditation is just with a little gratitude reflection. And so I think over my last 24 hours of my life, I think of one thing that just brought me a little joy, a little peace, a little comfort. Maybe it was the taste of your coffee this morning, maybe a checkout clerk at a store was especially nice to you yesterday. Maybe this workout has felt great this morning. But as you're breathing in deeply through your nose, just bring that gratitude moment to mind and rest in that gratitude, rest in that thankfulness, rest in that appreciation. And then it's just about time to leave this meditation. So you could gently begin to open your eyes if you've had them closed. One thing I like to do is just sort of wiggle my hands out. You could just jiggle your legs around, move your shoulders. Great work today, everybody. We got some stretching in. We got some good exercise in. I know I started sweating. Then we took a moment to slow down, stretch our body out at the end briefly. And then we did about 10 minutes of some good breathing meditation. And really, that's a lot of what we need in a day. That's a lot of what will get us through the day. And any of the pieces we did today will be good for you to start your morning off with. So maybe you don't have an hour every morning, but if you want to just do some of that, those stretches we did at the start, it's a great way to start your day. If you can do one set of either the seated or standing Tabata, it's a great way to start your day. You could fit in a little breathing meditation before bed or at the start of your day. Great thing to do. Start with those little habits. Try to incorporate them regularly. That's a lot of what I've learned in my life. It's easy to go, whole hog and to try to do all the meditation, all the workouts we can every single day. But instead, we do 10 minutes of breathing, a little bit of exercising. That's a great way to bring some mindfulness, some awareness, some wholeness into our day-to-day. So I really appreciate your time, putting in your effort today. Thank you for having me with you. This was a gift to me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for all your efforts. And feel free to reach out to me. My email is in the chat. If you have any questions or want any further guidance, I'm happy to share my experience with you.
Thank you so much, Coach Mike. And for those of you who are on the phone and who don't have a chat, it's MPAPPAMIDD@gmail.com. So you can reach Coach Mike there. You can reach Nork at 914-391-1323. And you can reach all of us here at the Yonkers Public Library, Crestwood Library, at 914-779-3774, or email me, the shortest email in the world, z@ypl.org. So we want to thank everybody for being part of our wellness community. It makes it much better to practice together. And we're so lucky that we have Coach Mike. Hopefully we can try to get him back. Maybe we can try to offer this on the weekend. We don't really have too many wellness programs on the weekend. And we surveyed a lot of the public. So they said nights and weekends were good. So I'll reach out to the coach, and the comments in the chat are, "It was great. Thank you, Coach Mike. Just what I needed today. Thanks so much. Great class."
Thank you very much. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Be well. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Really excellent.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Coach Mike.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really
All
super
right.
job.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Bye-bye all.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, everybody.